Hello everyone and welcome back to the Chassis Variant series, myself Critical Rocket. Here we are with the final Shadowhawk that I narrated, depending on what order that YouTube decides to upload them to. This is the 7M. This is an upgrade of the Free Worlds League's 5M, replacing the Ultra AC5 of the light Gauss rifle, downgrading the LRM from a 20 to a 15, and has a single Streak 2 in the head and a single medium laser. It was designed to make use of some of the more recent technology that came in and increase its ability to engage targets at range. I guess maybe cementing its role again as a command medium rather than being a brawler like some of the other builds were later on. Overall, it's a pretty fun little build. I quite like this. Very few mechs I own have light Gauss rifles, so it's nice to have the option of running a light Gauss in the Shadowhawk. You get about a ton of ammo in there with skills. You get about 29 shots. Probably could squeeze in a few more in there since the light Gauss does charge quite rapidly and the damage of it isn't spectacular, only 5 points per hit, but at least you can rack up the damage quite quickly. The LRM-15 isn't Artemis equipped like the 7CS at least, so you do have a ton odd extra to work with for ammo for the LRM, which is better. And the single medium laser and the Streak 2, they work well together enough. But really, this is a fire support build through and through. It's not going to be the kind of thing that's going to be trying to one-on-one an enemy medium or a light. So yeah, keep that in mind. This was also one of the other Project Phoenix versions of the Shadowhawk that rolled round about the time of the TRO of Project Phoenix coming out. This one being to fill the gap for the Free Worlds League, but also the Capellan Confederation, which apparently bought the rights to use this model for their own forces and for the Trinity Alliance, which was when the Capellans made a kind of nominal agreement of shared trade and some technology with the Magistracy of Canopus and the Taurian Concordat. I also think it was in an attempt to try and shore up its own defences by being able to call upon a couple of the periphery states to assist it. Presumably the Taurians to assist it in case Davian did anything, and the Canopians to assist them if Marik tried anything. Quite smart thinking on Lau's part, really. So, yeah, a number of these would have ended up in the Taurian Concordat forces and the Canopian forces as well, which is kind of cool, which means at least I have a reason to paint one of these mechs in Canopian colours, because we don't have any periphery mechs in the game, and there are a few. I want my Marshal. Give me my Marshal. Well, I say that, it's not going to be any mech packs anyway. So, yeah. We're on Polar Highlands, so of course most of the match is just running to the place to wait for the fight to start. Then the fight starts and it's over about 3 minutes because Polar Highlands is so massive with very little else to do unless, you know, you've got LRMs or you've got a very quick mech that can get in when the brawl starts and you can actually do some damage. I originally quite liked Polar because I liked the fact that it was a larger map, but unfortunately the objective modes just don't fit for this size of map. Domination just forces you to the middle, so you've got this huge expanse that's not used for anything. Conquest, the points are a little too far away from each other, so you need basically a team of fast movers, or else you're screwed. And, well, Incursion, and it's a joke because of how far you have to travel to get to the enemy base. It's a bit of a joke. The map might actually be a little too large, probably could do with being reduced, and by that I mean PGI, don't make Polar Highlands light or something like that. Just reduce the size of it and keep it as Polar Highlands. I was looking at the patch notes for July, and yeah, they're a bit thin on the ground. So I think it's pretty much confirmed at this point that the game is definitely in what people have been calling maintenance mode. So I think MWO is, I think it's life support mode at this point. There's no incentive to really buy any packs. The patches don't really seem to be addressing anything. There's no balance changes in this one, no updates with regards to certain weapon systems. A few changes here and there for faction play, and some crashes, and making sure people's names that are too long fit on the Solaris scoreboard. And that's about it, really. Bit of a shame. Would have thought that maybe they could have dedicated some of that time to, you know, aggressive balancing, making sure that certain issues are addressed, but apparently not. I guess it's all hands on deck for MechWarrior 5, the last great hope for PGI here. Visually, it's looking great. I've been looking at the weekly screenshots they've been posting. You can see them on Reddit on Outreach HBG. There's new ones being posted there all the time because they're not specific to Discord. It's just if you pre-ordered, you get access to the Discord where they're uploaded, and they look great. You know, the designs look really pretty in the UE4 engine. The PPC effect looks great in a screenshot. I'd love to see some gameplay footage. BGI, because I'm aware that, I was told a while back, I was made aware that a few people in the office watch these videos, for whatever reason. They must be incredibly bored. But, yeah, get some gameplay out there, guys. Seriously, I'd love to be able to talk about it. Yeah, I'd do a video talking about the gameplay, the stuff that I've noticed, what I liked, you know, what looks cool about it, but just doesn't seem to be any get up and go about it. It's strange. It's so strange. There's no pre-orders. There's no store page. There's nothing. I'm starting to worry that this game's going to get delayed, or it's going to be announced for Epic Store, and that's not. Both of those are bad. Let's try and avoid that. But in closing, the Shadowhawk 7M, I don't mind it. I like it more than the CS. I like having the Gauss rifle, rapid fire. Like, I usually like standing back from fights, so it was quite fun for that. Damage was, I'll admit, a bit naff. That's my bad. It was a horrendously nasty match. I was just praying I didn't get swarmed. So yeah, there you go. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you have a good week. Next week is Wolverines. Bye.